Now we move on to number 8. Oh, okay. This is to be appointments on boards and commissions as follows. Beautification Commission, Councilmember Hurtado, and then myself, Planning Commission. But first, Norma Aguilar would like to speak on this item.
Norma Aguilar, 839 Heber Avenue. My comment is not necessarily on the appointments. You can hear me?
Yeah.
It's not necessarily on the appointments. It's on the fact to bring it to your attention that if you check your ordinances, there is a process by which you can, if there is no appointment given by any given council member, the council as a whole can move to appoint in absence of an appointment by an
You mean if
individual.
there's one council member that has not made an appointment for a very long time,
That's correct.
the whole council
The
can move
ordinance
forward?
allows for the
ordinance
council
is
as a
there?
whole to
Thank
move
you.
forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Aguilar. Okay, Councilmember Hurtado, would you like to make your appointment?
Yes, I'd actually like to kind of piggyback on what Ms. Aguilar just indicated. We do have members here that for the last 6 months there hasn't been any appointments, and it does not allow for this city to move forward, exactly, because we do rely on those members to assist us and to do a lot of our legwork. And so you do have disabled quite a number of the commissions simply because we don't have the appointment from the members. And that's counterproductive when you have, for example, the police commissioners, they are lacking, I believe it's 3 members. And so, I believe it's 3. And so those there, I don't see why we're waiting to be able to have that fulfilled. So it is a problem, and we do need to look at that. I did want to ask you a question, Mr. Hodge, I'm sorry, Mayor Hodge, because my appointment here is for a beautification commissioner, and my commissioner was Cristina Uriarte.
Right.
And I understood from the last meeting, there was a meeting here at City Hall for the beautification committee on Monday? Monday. And I was at that meeting, and I understood that you have now released Angel Esparza as your commissioner. Is that correct?
He stepped down, that is correct.
He has stepped down? Okay. Because I actually then would like to announce that Ms. Cristina Uriarte has not been appearing at the meeting, so I will also have to release her because she just hasn't shown up in quite a while. And I would like to reappoint Angel Esparza as my commissioner because I believe he's an excellent asset, and he did tell me he does want to continue, so.
That's your prerogative.
Okay, so that is my choice, so I guess you're next.
Okay, I'm next. All right, it is with pleasure that I would like to appoint Mary Salazar on the Planning Commission. I think she's going to be a great addition to that commission. And while I'm at that, thank you, Councilwoman Hurtado. I have the person on the police commission has stepped down, and I was instructed that I need to tell you first who has stepped down, and then later I can make the appointments. That's what I was told by Gabby. So that one, and oh my Lord, we got planning. Oh, referee for the police. I'll make that announcement next time. That's 2, and there was 1 more, and God forbid it, I can't remember. Let's see.
Beautification. Oh yeah, beautification.
Beautification. Yes, I did ask Angel to step down, and but lo and behold, he's back on. So I hope he does a good job at it. So I'll be appointing someone else on beautification. So that's police, beautification, and what is the proper title? Referee? Police referee? Okay, so that will be coming up on the next meeting.
Mr. Mayor, I think Mrs. Salazar is here. She could stand up. We can all applaud her.
Yeah, very good. Give her a hand, ladies and gentlemen. Lots of experience in retail, real estate. All right, thank you, Councilman.
She has a wealth of knowledge.
Yes. Okay, very good. Moving on to item number 9. Authorize city manager to sign supplement number 3 agreement between the City of Calexico and KOA Corporation for project design and environmental services for Cesar Chavez Boulevard Improvement Project. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second,
Thank you, Councilman
I'm sorry, I
Kim.
felt
I have a discussion.
Please, for discussion, sir, go ahead.
Well, I just concerned about this project, minimizing the public's sacrificing for this project. That's one of my concerns.
All right, sir.
Especially protect the property owner along the project.
Okay, very good. Made his comment. Can we please vote?
Call for the question.
Call for the question. Thank you, John. All right, vote, please.
I'm not even paying attention.
Okay, that item passes unanimously, 5-0. Moving on to item, number 10. Let's keep it focused, organized. Here we go. This is to provide direction to staff on job description for grant writer, a 6-month limited term position and authorization for immediate recruitment thereof. Now, you have in the backing the job description. I take that everybody has read this thoroughly. Have it noted that there are 2 options. I read it, correct me if I'm wrong, the detail of the job description is primarily or almost the same, except for option A, the title is grant writer / manager. And then number 9 on the job description says performs other duties as assigned, including assisting the city manager. The other numbers are the same as the other option, and they specify the job description. Option B, the title is grant writer / assistant city manager. See the difference? And because of that, number 9 on the listing says performs other duties as assigned, including assistant city manager duties as directed by city manager. Now, as far as I understand, we are to vote on either A or B. Is there a motion,
I have
I have a
or how do
question.
we do this?
Oh, she has,
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
we have a public concern. Sorry, thank you. Let's see, where are we? That's Norma. Lando, where are you? I'm sorry, I can't find it. Will you please come forward? Oh, yes. I don't know where I put it, but I remember. Oh, here it is. All right.
Good evening, Lorena Minor Montes, President of SEIU CMEA, here some of the employees for the City of Calexico. And I'm here to voice my personal opinion, also the majority of the members that I've spoken to regarding this issue and this item. With all due respect, Mr. Hodge, it's appalling to me that you, the council, want to bring this position at almost $100,000 of salary when the employees in my membership have given up benefits, furloughs for the last 5 years. We've lost people to layoffs. The city has asked us to retire early for a joke of an amount. I think it was $5,000, which was, I don't know what they called it, an early handshake or something. Golden, but it wasn't called a golden handshake, it was called something else, similar to the golden handshake. It just frustrates me because as a city employee, I've been asked to wear different hats. I love working for the city. I was born in this city. And I was reminded last week, I choose to stay here. I do choose to stay here because I love this city. But I want to be happy when I come to work. And I can tell you that lately I've been very disgruntled because people have been leaving and they've been not replaced. On the contrary, we've been asked to work different hats. We'd gladly do it, but things like this make me feel like, what does the city value me for? We have not had employee of the quarters in I don't know how long. And we've told the council in the past. I think the only thing good I have to say of this council is that when my mother died, some of you were there to support me. And the majority of my fellow coworkers were there to support me. That I will never forget. But having to come to work and spend most of the time here leaving my children, I don't have a mother to take care of them, that's why they're here. But it's funny that Mr. Kim mentioned snakes. 2 weeks ago, I had a snake in my house, and I mentioned it to you guys at the last special meeting afterwards. My now 6-year-old, 3 years ago, got bit by a rattlesnake. I called 2 weeks, this was 3 years ago. I've been through that. I don't want to go through that again. 2 weeks ago, I had a snake in my backyard, and I called the animal control office. I was told that the volunteers were there and that he couldn't leave until they left. 5 hours later, they came to my house, and the snake was gone. So what is your priority? Hire more animal control officers to take care of the needs of the dogs in the park? Or hire a grants writer when the employees that currently work for the city are already applying for grants? They're already doing this. Send them to school to learn how to better write grants instead of hire someone else. Assistant city manager, you know what? I can honestly say, not because Oscar's not here, he's not my favorite person, but he's been doing a good job to manage, to bring up the deficit. When I first started 2-3 years ago, how much $1 million were we in the red? We're not anymore. Because of that, we're gonna start spending money and making us feel like, why are we gonna go to work? I wanna have a smile when I help people, and I normally do. But think about what you guys are doing right now. Is this the time to hire someone? I went to the bathroom twice right now. I'm thinking about it. Why? There's no toilet paper in there. What's your priority? You know, we have one built-in maintenance person who just came back from medical leave not too long ago. He has to work at City Hall. He has to work at the library. He has to work at the recreation department. One person. I never see him say no. And you know what? Germán is the hardest worker around. But because of that, you guys still want to cut our benefits, continuing this negotiating year. This is a joke. And I can go on and on and on, but I just wanted to voice my opinion to you guys tonight. Maybe it's a good idea, but not right now, Mr. Hodge, because where are you going to get the money from? Measure H? And getting a grant, is it going to take 6 months? What happens after the 6 months? You know? Right now, I was able to come. It's hard for me to come on Tuesdays and talk to you guys. I'm in charge of a youth group. And to me, that's more important. Getting kids off the street for good things. But I had to make a sacrifice to come and tell you how I felt. One of our members sent you guys all a letter last night or an email, and I hope you guys got it, and I really want to thank Mr. Moreno, because he's the only one that responded to it. You know, and she's our vice president. So just take that into consideration, you know?
Okay.
My girls are tired, they want to leave, but this is a time I have to spend with them.
Well, thank you.
And I thank you, and I hope you really consider what you guys are going to do on this item.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay. Attorney, help me
Yeah.
out on this. What steps do we take?
We
We
could
can have
discuss
discussion. All right.
I believe the 6 months is in a way too short. I was saying minimum 6 months, they put in the 6 months. And I have a last word input to saying at least we need to have a 1 year term to we can hire someone. 6 months is too short.
So you want to make an amendment?
6 months is too short. At least we need to have a 1 year to someone can come. And also salary schedule is like 5,500 is like about, we're talking about around $60,000.
Yeah, I was going to point that
Yeah.
out.
It's gonna, no one not gonna come for this position.
not 100,000.
Yeah. At least we need to go to about $80,000
Okay.
for the people to can apply for that position. And also, I believe we need our city manager so much work in there, but we're gonna need to support it, assistant city manager, just like tonight. We have the fire chief, Mercado is here, but he cannot do much, just beside sitting there. And
Okay.
then we have a assistant city manager, they have been working together, they can have at least some kind of information given to us. And also, like again, a lot of job is being delayed because we have a lack of the manpowers. In certain department, we have over manpowers, and especially city managers departments right now, so we need help to do a lot of work. We have a grand plazas working there, and a lot of working there. But anyways, in order to hire someone, we might have to have 1 year terms at least as interim, and also at least about $80,000 in order to do their jobs. So I'd like to,
Okay.
Can I say something, Mr. Mayor?
Oh, go right ahead, Councilman.
I know that the City of Calexico department heads and members of the staff have been successful in writing grants, and I said this before. There's at least a dozen grants that we are responsible for that are in the books. And I know that we've got the people that have been successful in Parks and Rec and police, the Stone Garden and other areas. We're in a hiring freeze. We're not hiring anybody. I don't see this happening. And then being a part of the management team, it's to me it's a slap in the face of a lot of the workers and employees here, Mr. Hodge. I think you should reconsider this. It's good in concept, but the timing is off base. And I agree with Ms. Minor Montes. And I just I'm not going to support this right now. I think what we should do is really, like I said, have a plan, evaluate the project or the grants that we already have and the ones that we're working on. Because, as grants, we got to front the money first sometimes. You know what I mean? And I think, I don't know, I'm just saying.
Councilman Moreno, that actually was your time to comment. Okay. I'm learning here. We have to be precise. He made an amendment. That takes precedence on the motion. You made an amendment to have grant writer assistant manager. That's not an amendment, but and that's option B.
yeah, option B.
And on that amendment, you want to extend it to a year and the salary 80,000.
a year, yeah.
All right. We must take care of that now. Is there a motion? That's your motion?
We also like to make comments.
But we need to take care of that amendment.
Yeah, I'd like to make the motion
Says it
too.
right here in the book I've been reading. Okay.
Then someone can second for discussion.
Yeah, right.
I
Okay.
will not second for discussion.
Okay. You make the amendment and you make the motion, right?
Yeah.
Option B, grant writer, assistant manager, change the salary up to 80,000, change the interim to 1 year.
Yeah, one.
Is that clear? Everything else stays the same.
Mr. Mayor, may I ask a question?
Yes.
On this amendment? Is it going to be an at-will management position?
Yes.
Okay. And do you anticipate giving benefits to this position? If it's a one-year position, it would probably have benefits tied to it. Is that your intent?
Yes.
Yes, we should.
Okay.
With benefits?
Yeah, all right. So let's focus on that. A motion, is there a second
Discussion.
for discussion? Councilman Castro, been awfully
Yes,
quiet.
I'm concur with Mr. Kim. I believe grant writer and assistant city manager at the same time. Nobody is going to apply to get paid like I believe $50,000 or $55,000 a year. I don't think so. I believe we need to increase the salary to $80,000. In the reason that Mr. Kim bring that issue is because there is a need of a grant writer. We, as a city, as a government, we being failed to get grants for the city of Calexico. And the majority of my colleagues, they know. This has been happening for a long time. And that's the reason we need someone to write grants and also to help the city manager. A few minutes ago, Lorena Minor, she said that there's not even a toilet paper on the restroom. Where is the city manager right now?
He's not putting toilet paper.
Where is it? I know you like to joke, Moreno. You like to joke a lot.
Let him speak,
but
let him
that's your
speak.
point.
Let him speak.
I'm talking.
Go right ahead.
Please don't disturb me.
Go
okay?
right ahead, Councilman Castro,
You are the
please.
clown of the city council.
Cowboy?
Go ahead and speak.
You don't want to
Councilman
call it.
Castro.
Okay, I'm talking.
Go ahead,
Please,
sir.
Mayor.
Go ahead.
So that's the reason we need the grant writer and assistant city manager. Also, what I remember, I believe, like probably almost a year, the president of the SDIU, Lorena Minor, she support the city manager increase the salary for $30,000. And after that, after 15 days ago, she didn't support that. I mean, first of all, she was against that issue, to increase the salary of the city manager. And after 15 days ago, she said no.
After.
Come on, this is a joke or what? I'm sorry? After
I really
after
don't
the
want,
first
I don't want a
meeting,
dialogue
the
between.
second meeting, you support that issue.
You can take that up
You
later, I'm
support
sorry.
the issue to increase the salary of the city manager. I mean,
Councilman Castro,
for
make-
me, I'm sorry.
make your comments general, sir. Just make your arguments, okay? Try to avoid to be direct and personal. This engages an argument.
answer what,
You know, go ahead and make your comments, but try not to be personal or directed to an individual, sir.
okay, I'm sorry for that, but I answer what I
You don't, no,
hearing.
you're correct on your comments. Keep going. Is there any more you need to say, sir?
I apologize for that,
Okay.
especially to the employees. And that's the reason. City of Calexico, wake up. We need help. We need someone to help the City of Calexico. We need people capable, employees capable, to see the benefit of the city. And that's the reason. That's the reason. And that's about it. Thank you.
All right. Okay.
also
So,
have-
would you like to speak? Go ahead, Councilwoman Hurtado.
As you know, Mayor Hodge, I gave you a call when I discovered that you were working on this item. And besides what we have been concerned about trying to bring in an employee such as this at a time when there is a hiring freeze, is the manner in which you have conducted yourself to get this on the agenda. My question right now is if Mr. Castro had any involvement in the preparation and the details of what was submitted in these two different examples. Because I understand you had discussions with Mr. Castro about the preparation of these two separate drafts. Why do we have two separate drafts? Because the
That was
subcommittee... the
city
subcommittee-
managers.
The subcommittee was Mr. Kim and yourself, correct?
Right.
And I understand that Mr. Castro has had conversations with you about
Well, that
these.
is correct, yeah.
Okay. That is not appropriate because now you have conducted a serial meeting amongst you three about this item, and you have failed to allow myself and Mr. Moreno to also have that type of opportunity to look at the details and have input. That is the reason, excuse me, Mr. Kim, the reason why we have a subcommittee. A subcommittee allows for this council to assign a certain specific job or project to two members only to be able to avoid violations of the Brown Act. And I do not agree with the manner in which this was conducted. This
Okay.
is a backroom deal, and to me, that kind of smells fishy. What we're doing here, and if there is any intended purpose of anyone in particular to be hired because of this.
Well, Mr.
And I don't
Hush. No,
appreciate...
don't interrupt.
I don't appreciate conducting business this way. It is not the appropriate transparency in a council, and I hope that we can remove this from the agenda, being that the manner in which this was brought to the agenda was inappropriate.
All right,
Mr. Hodge?
Wait. Councilwoman Hurtado, yeah, I did speak to, but it had no details about that with
Okay.
Councilman Castro. It's always been between you and I, Kim.
Yes.
Do you want to, okay, it's your turn,
Okay.
please.
The title, it was corrected. Actually, last meeting, we approved fund developer slash assistant city manager. But manager put it in the option one as a grant writer slash manager. Actually, manager didn't follow our council decided last time we had the assistant city manager's position. It was corrected, it was not put in. It had nothing to do hire someone or nothing to do discuss. It was correcting the last city council decision was assistant city manager
Okay.
position.
Another-
That is
All right,
corrected.
wait. Okay, Councilman Kim,
Yes.
my mistake. Councilwoman had not finished, so you've had your say. Let's go back to Councilwoman Hurtado. Please finish up your comments.
The other comment that I'd like to make is that in review with administration to get prepared for this meeting, I looked at a detail and I questioned, in the staff report, the recommendation is not that he recommends this move or this appointment or this hiring. If you'll notice, his recommendation is for you to provide the direction to him. He is not supporting this by saying that he supports your decision.
Who's he now?
Right here.
No, but
in-
who
in
is
your
he?
staff. Your city manager.
Okay.
Because I just heard that message, that comment, that the city manager is supporting this, and if he was supporting, he would have made it clear here and have made a
No, ma'am.
recommendation for approval.
I said he put both options in, that's what I said.
But that's what I'm saying, see where it says,
Okay. That's
because
fine.
that means that he's not supporting the decision to bring in new staff. It would actually complicate the structure and the different management focuses that our city
right.
manager has. The other thing is that if we have actually failed to do grant writing, then I think we need to go back to our department heads and make those accountable. You have the president of the SEIU, which is our largest union here in the city, telling you that she supports the city manager, she's comfortable, and she doesn't think that it's the right time to do this. If this council feels that way, then I believe that there's a lack of unity, obviously, here as far as what the staff and what your management is indicating. And this idea, the manner in which it was conducted, it just smells bad.
All right, thank you very much. Okay, again, this is an amendment we need to vote on. It pertains to option B because the
Yes.
title is Grant Writer, Assistant City Manager. We've all spoken. I don't need to say anything on this point. So there was a motion,
Yes, I make a
and
motion.
is there a second?
Second.
All right, please vote on this one. This is the amendment. Okay, that amendment does not pass. And that was $80,000 salary because of the assistant city manager and a year of an intern. Now, let's take it one at a time. We all have expressed our strong feelings about this. Can we please vote on option A, grant writer manager? All right? Is there a motion to vote on option A?
Motion to not to approve it.
Motion not to approve?
Second.
Okay.
Third.
All right. Motion not to approve. So please vote on that. So that your motion not to approve would be a yes. Is that correct?
Yes.
So I'm going to give a no. Okay. All right. So we got 2 noes and 3 yeses to not to approve, or 4. Castro, where are you going, Castro? Stay on the board there, buddy. Where you go? Okay. So Castro, you do not want to approve grant writer manager. All right. Okay. Very good. Taking it one at a time. Now we go to option B, not the amendment, but option B, grant writer assistant city manager. Is there a motion to approve? on, on option B, grant writer, assistant city manager.
I amend the motion.
Okay, is there
I
a
want- I want the
second?
motion to the grant, the B with the salary, 75,000 salary
Wait, wait,
schedule.
wait, what, Councilman Kim?
Motion B with the 75,000 salary schedule.
No, that's an amendment, sir.
Yes, I'm amending.
You want to amend it?
Yes.
Okay.
Motion B with the
All right,
75,000.
the amendment
salary
takes
schedule.
precedence. All right, so we retract from option B as it is. We now have an amendment on the floor. What's all this up there? Is that a pass vote? Okay, all right, so Councilman Kim wants to make an amendment on option B. That is grant writer, assistant city manager for 70,000, you said?
75,000.
75,000. All right, that's his motion. Is there a second?
Mr. Mayor, may I ask a question? Would that also still be an at-will management
Yes.
position?
Yeah.
6 month,
Based on.
Yeah.
6 months,
6 months.
so it would be
Say
a
1 year, 1
temporary
year.
employee, no
Yeah.
benefits?
Yeah, the only amendment he's making is the salary.
Okay, so, but
attorney.
it would be a temporary employee, no
1 year.
benefits?
That is right.
1 year too.
Okay. All
1 year
right,
since,
that's the
75.
amendment. There's a second.
No, 1 year. 1 year.
No, where are you going now, Kim? Where are you going?
It would be option 2
Kim?
with a $75,000 salary. It's going to be a 6-month temporary employee, no benefits, at-will management position.
But you just mentioned the salary, sir. That was your amendment, okay?
Yes, but including the years too.
Okay, put the brakes on.
He wants it to be a year?
He wants to
Years.
be a year.
So would that be a position with benefits then?
Yes.
All right.
Well,
Complicated, it can be muddled, but we're going to get through this. Go slow.
We cannot
That-
get anybody without years contracts.
Okay, that's your strong feeling. Okay, you motion, Councilman Castro, second. All right, so please vote on that.
I'd like to add to the record that my no vote reflect the collusion that occurred in order to bring this agenda item.
Please make that record of her personal statement. All right. That amendment does not pass, Councilman Kim.
Okay.
Now we go to the original option. Grant writer, assistant city manager. Is there a motion? Are you following? Is there a motion? All right. There is no motion? Then that one, correct? That dies, right? All right. Now, I would like to give you my rationale. With all due respect to the staff, I compare other cities. You may say, you shouldn't do that. But when I go to Brawley and I see their beautiful parks, and I see the skate ring, and I listen and I hear, ladies and gentlemen, every city has told me that they have a grant writer. A grant writer. And that is my opinion why we do not progress. It is worth it to me. It's a win-win situation. You hire a grant writer, they're not going to mess around. They're going to focus on that. Department, you are overworked. Come on, be honest. Where are you finding the quality time to write grants? We miss a lot of opportunities. This is why, in my opinion, this city is behind. We need a grant writer. It's a win-win. If we have a grant writer, it's a no-brainer. We bring in more money. You bring in more money, you hire more people. It's a no-brainer. That is why we're not like the other cities. That is why, in my strong opinion, because we do not have a person that is a grant writer. So I hope to God in the future we will get on board like the other cities and become more progressive. Nothing against the department heads. You're overwhelmed. You probably don't even have time to go to the bathroom. Where are you going to have time to write a grant? And I know you know I'm saying the truth. It's not a matter of training. We're understaffed. You're overwhelmed. If we had a grant writer, they'd bring in revenue for parks. They'd bring in more money for police, all areas. That person would specialize in that area. The money we would pay would be nothing compared to the amount of money and quality and conditions they bring in. I don't understand why nobody sees that argument, but that's my opinion. Go ahead.
That's a good argument, but you can do it on a commission basis. You don't have
Sure.
to give them a salary. So let's get
All
them
right.
on commission only. I mean, I see they make a $500,000, give them 5%, whatever, and they make it.
That's fine with me,
But don't-
so maybe we
don't-
can
don't
make
give- Don't hire another administrator
All
out
right.
there. We need toilet paper, we need it from the people in the bottom. Get them some, we need some more employees, especially downtown, we have no employees.
All right. Okay, so I hope, okay, maybe in the future I'll put that on. Commission.
That is a lack of the, that is one of the lack of the supervision of our job. That's why we don't have toilet papers.
Okay, we've all had our say. Public Works, Nick Servine.
I'd like to give you a little insight as to what a grant writer does, since a lot of us department heads write our own grants. We use staff to write the grants. If you have a assigned person, whether he's working for a commission or not on staff, they still have to spend an enormous amount of time with us, staff. Right now, we're overwhelmed, as you said, that is true. But we still have to invest a lot of time with him, because the person is not gonna know anything about sewers, about water,
You're absolutely correct.
treatment, streets, et cetera. So it really takes a lot of my time to spend with that person just to tell them what to do. As opposed to the staff that I have now, I can express my desires of what needs to be put in the grant itself, including the technical information. So I think it sounds good to say that we need a grant writer under different circumstances. If we were in a better situation financially, I would agree 100%. But right now, at the sake of losing this job, I'm saying the truth as I see it,
All right.
as a staff person. Thank you.
All right, thank you, sir. Okay, so that one goes down in flames. That was what item? 10. Number 10? But don't give up, it might return.
Mr. Hart.
Yes, Councilman Kim, enjoying
I
your
think-
evening, sir?
Yes, sir.
All
I'm seeing like a kind of a lag of coming out the conclusion. Instead of we just kill this agenda, why don't we table to research more, come to next meeting? Bring the next meeting, table this one. I think that's the best idea for now, right now. All the council members, they can go back to community.
No, Councilman Kim, I respect your opinion, but due respect to the fellow council, we voted on all these options and they went down. So later, someone's going to have to come up with another proposal. These particular ones are dead, okay?
Okay.
All right. Okay. So we're on item number 11. This is provide direction to staff regarding City of Calexico agenda policy. This is a request on behalf of Councilman Kim. So Councilman Kim, the floor is yours. Please be considerate of the time. We will listen. Go ahead, sir.
Okay. I was mentioning several times, I believe every city council member, they have to have ability to put agenda without other council members' concurrence. And the city, the policy, agenda policy is there. And for example, number 3A, the city manager shall be in charge of the placement of the matters on the agenda. So which is, our mayor doesn't have any power. I like to change that one for we suppose say the city manager shall be charged of the, instead of city manager, we can say the city clerk shall be in the charge of the placement directed by mayor of matters of the agenda. We can add over there to city manager too. And the other one was, I was mentioning a while ago, at the B, we have a number 1, the how to put agenda, submitting a written request to the city manager as described below, or number 2, requesting at a council meeting with the concurrence of one other council member that an item be placed on future agenda. What happened, I requested 4, we only put the 2. There's nobody run over these by policies. As I don't know who gave the idea to the mayor to disqualifying the other 2 agendas. We have a policy here, as long as we have a concurrence, will be the next meeting. We only have 2 in the agenda today. But I'm not trying to put it back. So I believe we have to have, but I agree with the Mr. Hodge, we were talking, we should not bring so many items in the one meeting. And so I have a number 3 saying one councilman can request agenda without of other council members' concurrence, no more than 2 each meeting, not more than 4 each month.
Is that what it says, or is that what you want? sir?
I want to add number 3, as a number 3.
Yeah, sir,
Just
we
my
know,
suggestions.
Councilman Kim, we know what's in here. Can you reiterate what you want changed? Number 1 is?
Okay, so I'm talking about this, what I'm changing to adding the number 3.
Okay, sir.
3B?
Or B3, not 3B.
No.
Number 3 and B,
Yes. Any councilman may place an item on the upcoming council agenda by either I, submitting a written request. Is that where you're at, sir?
yeah, number 1 and number 2 we have, no? I1, I2. I1, I2, I3. I mean, it's an I3, I on the count.
There's no 3.
I'm just trying to adding.
Oh, you want to
Oh, you're
add?
adding. Okay, I3, what is it that you want?
One council member can request agenda without other council members' concurrence.
So you'd like
Each individual
one
council member.
council member to make the request on the
Yes, but
agenda.
no more than 2 agenda. Each
2
meeting.
items on the
No,
agenda.
it's
Okay,
2 items in the,
Is that a
Don't-
month, or is
don't
that?
need-
so each meeting, no more than 4 months.
But it does say that it goes through the city manager. Do you still agree with that?
No, I was already mentioned that not the city manager, also the city
No,
clerk.
no, no, but all requests, according to this document,
No, at the meeting.
huh?
At
Oh,
the
at the
meeting.
meeting.
At the meeting.
Oh, at the meeting, you
Yes.
don't need a concurrence, okay. All right, so if you want something on the agenda, we don't need, actually, Councilman Kim, we've actually been practicing that, but, haven't we?
No, because the policy.
I mean, nobody's ever refused someone with a request, but anyway.
But it's been accused.
Okay, one council member at the meeting will be allowed to make a request.
No more than 2 items.
No more than 2 items.
2 items, no more than 4 in a month.
No more than 2 items a meeting. Okay,
I think we should,
For the regular meeting.
your regular meeting. Okay, but do we take this by itself, or you have other suggestions?
I have one on number 6, Mr. Mayor.
You want something also?
I just want number 6 emphasized.
Oh, okay, sir.
City council questions regarding agenda items. Prior to the meeting, city council members should contact appropriate staff with questions on the agenda items so that staff can provide accurate and timely answers to the city council. I'm not pointing at anybody, but I think we should emphasize that.
Thank you, Councilman Moreno. Okay, but let's go back to, this is Councilman Kim's request or proposal.
And also they have number B and the last line. And put in this, they said if the mayor approves the written request to place on the item on the agenda.
Yeah, so it looks like the
Without-
mayor has to approve it also, sir.
Yeah, without unreasonable denies.
Right. Do you like that, or you don't like that?
Adding up to, yeah, but I can a written request. This one is a written request. That's a different situation. This is when the city council member to request, written request with the concurrence with the other member, then the city mayor approved the written request to the place the item on the agenda. I want to add in over there after that without unreasonable deny.
Mr. Mayor,
Yeah, yes?
may I make a suggestion?
Oh, yes, go right ahead.
Please.
Since Councilmember Kim has the most interest in this, would
Yes.
it be helpful if maybe he worked with either myself or the city manager to redline this document and then bring it back to a subsequent council meeting?
I think
that-
so.
okay.
Councilman Kim, with all due
Sure.
respect, or you print it out.
Okay, I can do that.
Sir, with all due respect, it's a little
Sure, I
hard to
can do
follow.
Because there sounds like there's quite a few changes.
Yeah,
We need to
really.
make sure consistency and
And I don't
then-
know, like I liked one that you gave, and I don't know if we vote individually on it, because if we don't all together, then,
Right.
it might be a different matter.
It might be helpful to have.
Please.
Like a red line
Okay,
document.
please, Councilman Kim?
Sure. I will.
Okay, okay, thank you very much.
We can table that.
So we're
for
going to
the next
table
meeting.
this one, and so that we could be clear and we can,
May I just make a?
Councilwoman Hurtado.
Yes, I'd just like to make a comment to ensure that if, in fact, you are going to be working with the council to want to try modifying this, the fact that when we had removed the future agenda items from our agenda was after comparing the manner in which other cities conduct their agendas and how they set them up. And no one has future agenda items, and there's a reason why. Because what should happen is that council members work together and bring items together. The one thing that worries me is not to allow a situation where only one council member is overpowering an agenda. That is why I believe our practice has been in the past that if someone wants to bring an agenda item forward, which is usually what we have done, is that two members have to bring forward that item and both concur that it is something that is of both interest. So therefore, there shows more of an interest and not just one sole person overpowering the agenda. I believe you have to be really careful with that if you continue to provide so much independence, you're never going to get this council to work together. And that was the purpose. And if it didn't work for some of the members, that's too bad, because that was the intention.
No, they're very good comments, and you've stated, and you'll have a chance to vote on that. But let's give the respect to Councilman Kim. Let's itemize that, have it clear, and we will revisit it.
Okay.
And I'm sure everybody has strong feelings about that. Okay, let's move on to item number 12. Provide direction to staff regarding annexing land to the east and west into the city limits.
North,
No?
north, east,
Huh?
west, east, and north.
Well, it's not on there, sir. I'm not.
Yes, because I was questioning, I was telling
You
to
want
the-
it north?
I was requested last time west and north and the east. North
I have a
was
question with
horrible.
regard to this item. Did
Okay.
Mr. Kim bring these two items alone to the agenda, or was there someone supporting these two agenda items,
Beg your
as we
pardon?
have practiced in the past?
But I did agree to his request at the meeting.
Yes, yeah,
right, now,
last
Councilman
requested last
Kim.
meeting, yes,
An attorney, he says it should be west, north, and what else?
east.
And east.
Because I was
It's
spoken.
missing north. Can we just
Missing
put
north.
it in?
Right, I mean, this is simply a discussion piece at this point, so
Okay.
it's to get input from the council. If you are interested
Right.
in annexing, I would say you can discuss whatever boundaries,
Okay.
or
Yeah.
even if
Let-
it doesn't say north in there.
City Council, you listen to it, you make your decision. You don't need to get all excited about it. You have the power to say yes or no. Remember that. This is not a debate, this is not an argument
Yes, it is.
session, okay? Your vote is your statement, okay? All right, so Councilman Kim, we've added north. Provide direction to staff regarding annexing land to the east. It doesn't matter what, north and west,
You know,
into the city
Well,
limits.
actually, Mr. Mayor, actually, when I had the briefing, I talked to the city manager, was missing.
All right,
And he was
sir.
supposed to be corrected, he's corrected.
All right, but we have corrected it now.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes,
can I say something?
yes.
When you annex land and
Oh, wait a minute. See, you're going to go off and you're going to comment. You're going to have your chance. Let Councilman Kim.
oh, this is a direct question about this item.
but you're already going to be against it.
No, 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 I'm asking a question.
How do you know that?
Why do you want to ask a question? Allow him
Because,
to do his
because the
proposal.
city of Calexico has a general plan. And I don't know if he's looked at the general plan to address the annexation.
We don't know, but let Councilman
No, I'm
Kim-
just saying, I mean, that would be a start.
It's an important question.
Normally, when you annex property, there's some development, there's
Yes,
something. We have
yes.
to provide services for that area that's
But
gonna be
now
annexed.
you want to engage in an
No, no, no,
argument.
no, I'm trying to go to the right channels.
No, there's no need to bring that up. We do this. We
The
let him
general
speak.
plan is
Sir.
the document that allows the city to
No, we
develop and
understand
grow.
that. Let him.
He's just picking and choosing, annex this, annex, I don't know.
Okay, you're trying to be argumentative,
No,
and
I'm
we're
not
trying to
being
get away
argumentative.
from it.
It's that
Councilman
planning
Moreno.
commission has a
Okay.
general plan, a service area
I know
plan
this.
that goes over years and years. I'm sorry, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, all
I'm
right.
using my experience as a planning
No, I
commissioner.
know that, but you're not allowing him to speak.
Well, I'm trying to guide him, trying to find out why
You
he
don't
wants
need to
annex.
guide him. He is who he is, and he has the right. Councilman Kim, give us your explanation for this item, and then Councilman Moreno will be able to expound or talk about it. You go, sir, it's your request. One at a time. Let's keep it clear. Go.
Okay. We need to have expanded our annexation. We don't want Calexico as borderline is golden egg for the Calexico. If Calexico loses the borderline, we are gonna be out of the competition. We don't want who taking all the responsible, but we're not taking any fruits. And I believe we have to expand, especially to the west, east side, towards the new portable entries. And even though the new portable entry name is Calexico New Portable Entry. And also they have a zip code 92231. Actually, we are the one who's denying to go there. And there's a benefit of the citizens for the future. That's why future generation cities, big cities. What we have to have the bigger boundaries to we can grow and we can keep the borderline into the Calexico. That's my main purpose. Well, I believe they have several technical issues been involved with the RAFCO, and that is my issues. And also, I have a complaint from the community saying they didn't know about this, and they want to have some input. They want to study a little more for what they're impacting. And also, I believe that this annexation idea, probably we brought this one today as a discussion, but we can discuss today, but I'd like to table for the meeting we can have the public more input, like Mr. Moreno, he can against it, bring all the people against it, if he wants, or if he want to support it, bring all the people to bring it to support.
Okay. All right, now you are done,
Yes.
okay? You've said what you need to say. Now it's Councilman Moreno's turn.
This is a planning commission item. This is a planning department item. I think, we should look at the general plan and see what the growth, the service area plan, all those items that need to be discussed for proper annexation or proper planning. I'm not against annexing anything, but I mean, that is the way to go.
There's a lot of technical
Right,
considerations.
there's a way to go with the planning
Councilman
commission.
Kim agrees with
And
you.
I think Mr. Kim should present this to the planning commission, his idea of annexing, and then with the planning director and then the people from that department can answer his questions.
Okay.
As simple as that. I'm not for it, I'm not against it, I'm just saying, that, this is the way to go.
A
Okay.
way to go to the city council can send to the
Councilman
planning
Kim,
commission.
you
That's
you
what
should
they-
not
that's what they do.
interrupt. You've had your time. You see? You see what we do? You pop out. We don't want to do that.
But he's finished it.
Yeah, but it's not your turn to speak. We have to stop that, okay? All right, he's spoken. Now we go over to Mr. Quiet One. Councilman Castro, for God's sakes, you haven't said one word today. What's wrong? You didn't have dinner? Please, go ahead, Councilman Castro.
And I'm the clown?
Stop.
I believe what Mr. Kim said, that is true. And also, do you hear that?
Yeah,
Okay.
go ahead, sir.
I believe what Mr. Kim said, we need to annex all the east until the east port or entry to Calexico. Why? Because we are the next city close to the Calexico East, either we annex that area, or someone, like, right now, the detention center
Yes.
they're already planning. Some other cities are planning next to our city.
Or sphere of
And
influence?
what about us? I mean, we need to annex, what Mr. Moreno said, this issue needs to go with the planning commissioner. And
Okay.
there is some, in order to do the proper annexation to the city. But I'm still supporting this issue with the proper annexation. That's my.
Thank you,
concern.
Councilman Castro.
That's my point.
Councilwoman Hurtado.
Oh, I don't have any comments.
All right, miss. Okay, I think it is an important issue that we should look at for the arguments that both Councilman Castro, Councilman Moreno, and Councilman Kim have said. I like, you did say, Councilman Castro, that you feel it should go in front of the Planning Commission. You're more adverse at this than I. I would agree to that. Do you believe it should go first?
What I understand, I believe yes.
Okay.
Today, remember, we don't know everything. So
Okay.
we need-
No, it's a
we need
complicated matter.
Also, we need, I believe, what I understand, we need to go after Bluffpool,
Yeah.
right? And there's so many agencies
Right.
that also we need to go
Okay.
with the county. So I believe we need to do the proper
Procedure.
procedure.
Okay.
So if that's gonna help us
Okay.
to annex
Yeah.
all the Calexico East
All right.
to Calexico.
All right.
And like I mentioned, everybody's planning to make some tax dollars to their cities. And what about us?
Okay, very
So
good.
that's my point.
All right, very good. I agree. And I respect Council Moreno's expertise, many years on the Planning Commission. So you think that that's the right step? Go, now, who goes? Just
Mr.
Councilman
Mayor,
Kim? Go ahead.
Actually, if there's a majority of councils interested in this issue, I
We
think
are.
you should probably refer it to Development Services, Planning Director, or the appropriate person in planning to give the council an idea of what this process is.
All
It's
right.
likely going to include a general plan amendment. It's going to probably
A
include
lot.
some kind of environmental review.
And the cost.
Service area plan, exactly, and
Okay,
consultants and costs tied to it. But I believe if a majority of the council is interested, you want to get the Development Services Department.
Excellent. All right.
Their expertise on where this needs to go. Does
Okay.
it go to Planning Commission? When does it go to Planning Commission? Does it come?
Okay. All right,
That kind
then.
of thing.
Based on the comments from the fellow council members, I would like to make that request, that direction.
The direction, okay,
Yes.
to send it to Development
Yes.
Services. And so they
Yes.
can work and figure out what are the next steps so that council has an idea of what
Absolutely.
the steps are, what the costs are.
Bring
et
the
cetera.
next meeting.
Okay, we make that direction, so we move forward, okay? All right, that was item number 12. We go to item number 13. Is there a vote on that?
Is that
Councilwoman,
a direction? We need to vote on that or not?
I don't know, I'm learning. Is there,
If
do we
you
vote?
want to, I believe there's
you
at
wanna do
least
it?
3 council members that are interested
All
in
right,
this,
well, let's
right?
do it officially,
Okay.
okay? So, is there a motion to vote on this direction?
Yes.
Okay,
Hi.
what the city attorney just said.
Send the planning department to bring take all the research
Okay.
and technical information.
All right,
to
there
bring
was a
the
first and a
meeting.
second. Who is the second?
Mentioned makes.
Second.
that you,
Okay,
Nick?
Councilman Castro. Okay, please vote, so we have it officially on record. Give this direction. Okay, all right. Is that your vote, Councilwoman Tavo? So it moves 4-1. Okay, moving on to item number 13. Request City Council approval of MOU for Calexico Police Department to participate with Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE, in a joint venture of providing resources to joint operations in task force.
I'd like to request the police chief to explain about this.
Okay, so you want to make a motion with some discussion?
No, I'd like to request the
All
police
right, you
chief
want
to
some
explain.
background first, so, Chief Tavares, will you please come forward?
Yes, sir.
Can you explain us to ICE what we can do, why we need to do this one, and then what we benefit? And-
The Calexico Police Department involvement in the law enforcement partnership with multiple federal agencies, this one being ICE, it's a benefit to the drug trafficking problem in Calexico, and involves having one of our special investigators assigned to the ICE unit, which does a lot of investigative work in the border, in the county, the state, the nation. We also benefit from the asset forfeiture, who bring hundreds of thousands of dollars, not to mention the conviction rate of drug traffickers and violent crimes.
Can I ask a question, Mr. Mayor?
Go right ahead, Councilman.
Chief Tabares, with this appointment of assigning a police officer to ICE, would that remove a police officer on patrol?
No, sir.
So we would have the regular staff on patrol?
Whatever's on patrol right now will remain in patrol.
Okay. Thank you.
Good question. All right, since we're asking the chief, any other questions?
Well, what kind of a benefit we're gonna have it? Besides the $15,000 overtime reimbursements?
Put
The
back-
ICE will contribute to the overtime of the officer. It won't cost the city of Calexico any overtime. They will contribute the funding and some other benefits, equipment-wise.
And yeah, that's beside this one. Is there any money we're gonna get some extra money like seizure money,
Yeah.
confiscate money?
Because of our involvement, we will be allowed a percentage of all forfeitures. And,
How many percent?
It goes between 1% to about 30%, depending on the involvement.
30% of a big
Yes,
case.
sir. That could be 30% of millions.
Is that the federal government taking their shares too?
It's, the federal drugs that are seized either at the port of entry or anywhere in the nation.
What I heard from the city managers, they already have Imperial police officers there.
Yes, because agencies choose to participate in different programs. And now, actually, this ICE program, it's a new program, it's a new unit.
Is that our jurisdictions?
What's that?
Is not that our jurisdictions about the Calexico?
Most definitely, if anybody's jurisdiction, it is Calexico, because we're right in the middle of it, at the doorway of the drug trafficking.
Then why we didn't do it before?
Because we were tied up with other agencies, this assignment is being made as a switch from one other task force into the local one.
Oh, okay.
I just want clarification because I'm a little
Councilwoman
confused.
Hurtado?
I'm so sorry. You say that you're not going to remove any staff from patrol to be able to fill this position?
Correct.
Then where exactly is it coming from?
This will
Who is
come
it?
out- It'll come out, well, I don't want to identify the officer, but it'll come out from the office work.
I'm sorry?
It'll come in from the station.
From the station, but not
Not
someone
from
who's on patrol?
Not specifically from patrol.
So maybe someone who's like in administration right now or something?
No, it would be an officer.
So an officer that, so maybe it is someone who's on patrol? I'm confused.
No, not everybody that works at the police department is working patrol. It's somebody that's assigned to another assignment. If I give you the name in public, I will
understand.
be risking the officer's safety.
I understand.
Councilman Castro?
No, I believe Mr. Chief, he already answered all the questions. Thank you.
Okay.
I
Chief.
concur, I believe it's a need. So is there a motion on this item, please?
Make the motion
Is there a second?
to approve.
All right, very good. Motion by Councilman Kim, second by Councilwoman Hurtado. Ladies and gentlemen, please vote. Okay, unanimously approves. Okay, item number 14, authorization to request bids for the replacement and purchase of 3 fully equipped unmarked command police cars. Lowest bid will be required with specifications. Asset forfeiture funds will be used to purchase these 3 vehicles. No fiscal impact from general fund. Is there a motion?
I have some comments.
Make a motion.
Okay.
Second.
Yeah, that's how we should do it, right? Motion and second for discussion, and then she's able to, right?
Right.
Okay, so is there a motion?
Mr. Castro?
For discussion.
Okay, and second for discussion, Councilwoman Hurtado.
Second round of discussion came from Mr. Moreno.
Okay, and then, all right. So now we're on discussion, so Councilwoman Hurtado.
This was another, obviously another part of the conversation I had with our chief. And again, in comparison to a few issues out there with our other public safety department, just a little concern here that we have 3 total vehicles, 1 for the chief, 1 for, and 2 for employees. And we just purchased the fleet, and we are now going to be purchasing new vehicles. And it just concerns me because, for example, Chief Mercado has been using the same vehicle for a really long time. And what we discussed, the chief and I, was about wants and needs. And again, trying to take this city into continuous financial responsibility and sustain ourselves in the path that we've been going. And I just see that these kinds of expenses may be things that we may want to wait just a little. Because again, when we ask the question, is it a want or is it a need? In asking that question, I asked for the inventory of the vehicles that we already have and what it is that's serviceable and not, and I wasn't able to really look at that well enough because the list that was given does not provide the mileage, so I wasn't able to evaluate what that was. I'm sorry, I don't know how you did that. But the decisions of bringing on more vehicles at this point, my questions were, do we have any other vehicles out there that would be able to provide the services that brand-new vehicles would do? I know everybody wants something new, I know that, but I think that at this given point, these are wants and not needs. Especially because I haven't seen anything to really show the projected plan for the
Okay.
expenses of this department.
Councilwoman Hurtado, you're just basically making comments, or would you like the chief to respond?
Oh, no, I'm just making comments.
Just making comments. Okay. Let's go to attorney. Should we let every council member, or we have somebody from the public that wants to speak? Does it matter?
If you would let the member of the
All right,
public
let's have
speak, that
the public speak. Mr. Casillas, please, no personal names, sir. Just make your arguments, as you usually do, very strong.
Well, first of all, I don't know why Ms. Hurtado is so difficult
Oops,
and
you
just
made a
leave the chief
personal
alone.
comment.
I'm doing my job, sir.
But second of all, the money's coming from asset forfeiture. And you know what? You didn't say anything when they bought that mobile home that sits in our back lot for about $70,000, $80,000. It doesn't do a damn thing for the citizens of this community. Those cars are going to be put out on the streets. They need them. They need the fleet that they have there now. They're unmarked vehicles. Unmarked vehicles are used for a lot of different things, for detective work, for a variety of assignments. They need the vehicles, and if the fire chief chooses to drive an old truck or whatever he drives, well, you know, he could put in for a vehicle too. But this money here is coming from asset forfeiture. It's not coming from the general fund. And the whole point here, there is no concern. It's just an attack. It's over. He's the chief. Leave him alone. Let him do his job.
Thank you. Councilman Castro, do you have a comment, please?
On the issue with the car, oh, yes, with the cars. Well, you know what, there is a need for there's so many needs for the police department. Those cars can they use for, as Mayor, Casillas mentioned that for detective, for some special assignments, and there's so many needs for those cars. Also, what I'm noticed um, the car that the chief of police is using right now, I believe that car, there is not in perfect conditions. So there is a need for the chief, for the officers, and there's so many. Sometimes the officers, they need to go out. They need a better car. They need to represent the city in a good car. Or also, what I'm reading on the agenda is not gonna be impact the general fund. It's gonna be money from the asset forfeiture money, and that's the purpose of that money. That's the purpose that these officers, they work with ICE. They work with, I believe, I don't know if I'm wrong, but the FBI, with, there's so many other departments. So that there is a need. There is a need of the cars. There's no doubt about it. That's
All
my
right,
point.
thank
That's
you,
my
Councilman
concern.
Mayor,
Castro.
I have a couple of questions.
Councilman Moreno, your turn.
Yes, are these vehicles, are they replacing other vehicles that are on the fleet?
Yes, sir. This is the planned rotation of vehicles that we rotate yearly, every 2-3 years. The county, other departments rotate with the vehicles every year. The Calexico rotates them, when it's
And so where do these vehicles that are being replaced, where do they end up?
we can plan an option
Okay.
so we can get rid of the crash and maybe it still generate some revenue.
Okay, so you're not going to be putting more money into these vehicles once they're replaced? Okay, because I think that would be a major concern if you were, but no, I think it's a good idea. Thank you.
Okay, my turn. Can I have a turn, Councilman?
Okay, you can.
Thank you very much. You know, I respect Councilwoman Hurtado about fiscal responsibility, but let me just say it with all due respect to everybody. I just believe that the former chief of police didn't pay attention to these demands or needs, wasn't aggressive or proactive, and for a very long time, there have been these great needs in the police department. And now we have a new chief who says, what the heck, what is this going on for? We got to change this. And so, Chief, I believe that you're trying to do the right thing by bringing us up to where we should be. So it might be sort of a shock, because what the heck, why all these requests? It's because the prior chief of police, I believe, was negligent and left a lot of things out to dry, and you police officers had to do a lot with very little. Now you're trying to be adequately staffed. So this is not extra stuff. These are needs that are long overdue. And if I'm correct, and you know, it is embarrassing, Chief, bless you, but to drive in that car and it overheated the other day, you're the chief of police. That's embarrassing. We would have not allowed that for Chief Nujar. And I respect you not wanting to take another vehicle from the police officers. He cares about you. He didn't want to do that. But you need a good car. You're the chief of police. So I support this, and I support all the, but I believe Councilwoman Hurtado is correct. You're making a lot of demands. They need to be justified and transparent. They really do.
Well, may I add, Mr. Mayor?
So, well, let me just finish my comment, and then you may
Thank you.
add in. So I'm in favor of this for the reasons I've just given. Go ahead.
What I wanted to add is that, you know, what you just mentioned, that the past administration in this department was looked upon as bad administration. What I'm trying to say is that in this new administration, here we are 90 days into it, we're spending over $1 million without any audit, for example, of what occurred in the past. If the past administration had so many issues financially and this, that, and the other, why aren't we doing a full review of that department before making these decisions? That is what I am commenting. And for example, to maybe even put this department through an internal financial audit to see where these issues are. Because we also have issues about overtime. I'm waiting for that to come up. So the issue here is, are we doing these expenses reasonably and rationally with some type of mathematical reasoning behind it, which is something I asked you about, and I haven't seen that appropriate answer
Okay.
to this point.
Well,
That's what I'm
Well
saying.
taken, Councilwoman Hurtado. Chief, will you want to respond to that? Maybe we just don't know and you're already doing that, sir. Go ahead.
Well, I will welcome and encourage the council to direct the city manager to order an audit inventory of not only the past 3 years, but the past 5 years of the police department.
All right, you welcome that, sir?
Yeah, if we can get a
Okay.
consultant to come down and do that, that would be appropriate and accountable.
Get it all straightened out?
Yes, absolutely. They can show what the needs are.
Okay.
And how we fulfill those needs
right,
in the
very
best
good.
interest of the community.
Yeah, and, okay, very good.
Mr.
then.
Mayor,
Wait,
can I talk?
no, sir, oh, wait, you did want to talk?
No,
Oh, yeah,
you-
well, Councilman Castro, he's lonely over there, he hasn't spoken up for a long time.
Can I just finish my comment?
Oh, I'm sorry, okay, here we go. Council,
You and I worked together in another department head that had issues like this. Yeah. And that was a great concern back then,
I remember.
3 years ago when we did that.
remember.
And this is something similar,
all right, you see it that way?
Yeah.
Okay,
so
All
I
right,
appreciate your
Councilwoman.
concern.
all right.
Okay,
All right, Councilman Kim, and then poor Councilman Castro's waiting, go ahead.
can I talk now?
Yes, you may, sir, go ahead.
I believe the mostly cases that the chairpersons talks last. But anyways, you choose to talk. Thank you for letting me talk,
Oh,
finally.
I like to talk.
I was not lonely anyways.
I call for the question.
Okay,
Okay, but you want to
Vote
vote?
on this, yeah.
Okay, all right, yeah, this is, well,
wait a minute.
Let's vote on it. It seems like we're all in favor.
I'm in favor.
Doesn't matter, I need
You
to
in
talk, I
favor,
need to talk.
Councilman Castro?
Yes, I make the motion.
I'll
Okay,
second
you
it.
second the motion.
I
Okay?
still want to talk.
Why?
Why you stop me?
Why do you want to talk?
Take
Wait
care
a
of
minute, why you guys
business.
censoring me?
Okay.
This is indirectly censoring me, you guys.
Okay, Kim, talk, but you got 1
Okay.
minute, go. I don't see what else you want to say. Go ahead, 1 minute, go.
Okay, first of all, if I agree with Ms. Hurtado about the audit. We should audit all the department, not only police. If she wants the police department only, that's targeting. We should do all departments audited. I encourage Ms. Hurtado agree with me to auditing all the departments.
1 minute.
The other ones, and this one is the police car, they should have the proper car to do their job. There's nothing against it. And especially we don't want to chasing our police car to chasing someone in the middle of the chasing, just stop the car.
Okay.
And the money is from the forfeiture money, is not affecting our general fund. Why the big deal?
All right. Okay, very good.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Councilman Kim. Now, who made the motion?
Mr. Castro, I seconded it.
All right, second. Please vote.
Oh, pues.
All right. This is an acknowledgement. You were supposed to have read this and studied this. Am I in the right item, 16, is that correct?
Yes.
Acknowledgement of overtime justification report for the month of June 2013 and July 2013. Is there a motion?
I would like to have discussion.
Okay, so are you allowed to make the motion and discuss?
I
Or it
don't
has
know,
to be
am
a
I?
second?
Science.
Attorney, she wants to discuss.
We can
she
discuss.
make the, but I'm learning here, can she make the motion and discuss, or it has to be someone that does the second?
I think she can make the motion and say she wants
Okay.
discussion, and if
All right.
someone seconds it.
Councilwoman Hurtado.
A second.
Oh, and there's second, okay, go ahead. You may just.
Yes, I'm sorry. This is basically the same issue. The concerns from this council has been the overtime, and I want to make sure that we know that I'm not picking on any department, but this is my job, that I need to make sure when I see issues in a certain department that we're going to call them out and make sure that we bring this out to the open and let our staff know that we are concerned. There is an exorbitant amount of overtime in the police department. I know that you, Mr. Castro, was quite a bit concerned about that with our other administration, and I'd like to make sure that we point out that we have an issue there. And again, I will refer to what we went through with our fire department, where our fire department took a plan of action and solved the overtime issues before spending and bringing on new staff. We just experienced that. That's all I'm asking for, is that you show us what your plan of action is. Because this overtime that you have here, I understand that there's an employee in your department that made 63 hours or something like that of overtime. I'm not even sure that's humanly possible if that's true. And that is alarming. It has to be alarming to all of us. If it was alarming with the past administration, it needs to be alarming now. And so again, taking all the different issues as a whole, it is concerning what's going on there. So I ask that you come back in our next meeting if possible and bring us an action plan of bringing down your overtime.
Can I talk to Mr. Hatch?
Please.
Yeah, okay. First of all, fire department and the police department, they are safety officers. By the law, they need a certain number of the officers, and they're not there. And also, I was finding our police officers, they have 3 absence, which is by the budget, we need 31 officers. We only have 29 officers. So 2 officers is vacant, and we didn't hire them. So they're causing another, short of the staff, they are causing another reason to be causing the overtime.
Overtime.
Now, the sergeant position was, 5 position was approved by the budget. We only have 4 sergeants. So 1 sergeant is vacant too. And we are failing to fulfilling our safety officer. Actually, we are the ones jeopardizing their safety and also citizens' safety. We should have a proper step. At least we can reach it. Even we have a budget, we didn't approve, we didn't hire them. And the last time we was frozen the position, but not safety officer. It should be hired, but it wasn't hired.
Yeah.
So we should have, I'm urging to fellow council members to pushing them to
Fill those positions.
fill those positions, vacant position, 1 sergeant position, and 2 the officers.
I concur with you, Councilman Kim. They were in the budget, but they're not filled, so that's why we're understaffed, and that's why there's a lot of overtime.
Well, like right now, I have a concern seeing we have 4 officers at this meeting. Are they employed, are they working at this time, or? Because
Jeez,
why do
I
we
don't
have
know.
4 officers at this meeting as far as working? I'm not sure who's working.
I
Is it
don't know.
the
You can
chief,
ask them
Chalo?
personally
I'm not
if you
sure if
want.
he's working.
Councilwoman
That-
Hurtado.
I'm working for free. Chalo was working for free. Officer Antonio is off duty. Officer
Rodriguez.
Rodriguez is assigned to security, and
Are we still needing security?
Casillas is visiting. I came by a second.
All right, hi.
Okay.
Okay.
Are we still requiring security here at meetings?
I think that's been the directive from Oscar and the chief. You can inquire about that. Okay. Can we please vote on this, please?
Previously.
Councilman Moreno? Has it been, you,
It's already up there.
okay, wait a minute, no, it's not.
Oh, it's just
Who-
acknowledgement.
it's an acknowledgement, right?
Yeah.
So we
Okay.
acknowledge it?
By the way, we need to bring the issues of the water departments. They have so much high.
Okay, but that's
Yeah,
another
yes,
issue.
we
Councilman
want,
Kim.
we want to try to find out the lower.
That's
the
another
water
issue,
bill,
sir.
yes.
You're getting off task. All right, last thing, future agenda items. Kim, please make it brief, but you have the floor, sir. Okay. As mayor, I don't know how much authority I have, but I would like to see we only give 1 future agenda item.
That's all we need.
Okay? Because if we all 5 give, the staff is overworked. So that's my strong suggestion. But go ahead, Mr. Councilman Kim.
Well, my future agenda in the parks and street, the management plan, the repairs and management plan to bring the next agenda,
Okay. On streets?
parks and streets.
Okay.
And I don't want to snag at our parks. And a lot of parks have been dry, especially Kennedy Garden. A lot of a lot of parks and dry and dirt only.
Okay, sir.
We call the park.
Sir, let me show what happens.
Yes.
You made the request, that's all that was needed.
Okay.
The additional comment is not necessary at this point. Councilman Moreno,
I have no future agenda items.
you okay?
I'm all right.
Councilman Castro,
Right now, I don't have no future agenda item for,
Councilman Hurtado.
An action, a plan,
about you, Mayor.
What, you do?
No, about you.
No, I don't, so let's get the hell out of here.
No, what about me?
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you said no.
It's okay, it's okay, I'll bring it up later.
No, you okay? Okay, Council, all right then, meeting adjourned. Not too bad for what we all went through. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.